Just started a minute or so early. Give me a second. Hope everyone's having a good just about evening. I got a video up from Just One Sue. I wanted to watch her downy woodpecker eating suet. Sue, Just One Sue, offers us a great slice of Susquehanna living. Susquehanna River going right through the middle of Pennsylvania, right through Harrisburg. I was going to say right through the middle of Harrisburg. I'll be honest, I don't rightly know if it goes up the middle of Harrisburg or not. So I'm just going to cruise a bit on YouTube. See what everyone's doing. Let's see, Mira's here. Hello, my friend. I have you live up. And I was watching a few shorts. Mir says, hey, Sir Yogi, how are you? I'm good. How about you? Nice to see you, Mir. And nice to see you, Austin. What's new, Austin? Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having an okay day, even though I found out my
Chevy trucks with power.
Sorry, guys. Apologize. I was bringing up my live stream on my desktop. Easier to read my comments, and an ad blared out. Mir says, hey, Sir Yogi. Mir, my friend, thank you. Austin says, how's your day going so far? It is going pretty good. Ups and downs. You know what? That's life. I found out my car is going to cost me $3,000 to get on the road, get back on the road. It is not passing the Maryland safety inspection. Bunch of little things, all of it adding up, $3,000. It's a 2006 Honda CVR, and it makes me wonder, is it worth it? Although I don't have a car without it. It only has a little over 40,000 miles on it. So the mechanic says, you don't find many 2006 vehicles, especially four-wheel drives, with only 40,000 miles on it, which is an excellent point. However, 3,000 would cut quite a bit into my savings and put me in a precarious position. So I don't know. Coincidentally, hey, Relaxing, how are you? Do not spy me again. Bear in mind, if you don't acknowledge a policy, YouTube penalty. Don't know what you mean, my friend. Let's see. Who's deleting Mir's messages? We got some weird stuff going on. All right. So what's going on? Why the deleted messages? and the comments. No idea. If you guys want to let us know. Here says, hey, relaxing. And what's the problem? It's a good question. I'm not sure what the problem is. Let's see if we can figure it out. So anyway, I sold my car in 2020 because it would not pass the emission test. Runner boy, relaxing. Why are you hiding, bird lovers? Yeah, I was wondering that. And it didn't sell for a whole lot. Actually sold it for about $500. I was happy to get it. I, again, shut my business down, take care of my father right after COVID shut down. I had his car to use. When he passed away, I inherited his car, but now his car is not going to pass the safety exam, so I am without a car. Not that I really super need one right now, but I will. Especially if I get the car on the road, I'll need to go out and get an actual job and limit my days as a YouTube budding starlet. Rona Boy says, "I fix it. Welcome back, Bird." Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what relaxing was doing. And where did he go? All right. Let's see, Runner Boy. I've had you up playing through the day. Hopefully we will make up and gain some of the lost watch hours. Runner Boy says, yeah, maybe he was trying to sneakily ban Bird for some reason. I don't know why he would do that. There we go. Mir is a moderator, as he should be. Runner Boy says, Bird, any idea why he did that to you? Amir says, so Yogi was just doing a game with relaxing. I don't think Mir is, or I don't think relaxing is much into some games. Hey, William, how are you? Give me 1 second, guys. I needed to get my water, as I'll be taking my sleep supplement in just a little bit. Runner Boy says, I guess the power corrupted him. Hey, you've said it before. So Yogi, can you give me permission to do some game? What game are we talking about? Anyone gonna be upset? Don't want to do anything that will upset anyone. Specifically relaxing, as he didn't whatever was going on, he was clearly bothered by something. So just let me know. William says, finally finished first in my nuts. Can honestly say, I I like walnuts raw over toasted. I'm trying to figure out, trying to think, trying to remember if I've ever had roasted walnuts. I prefer my raw. I prefer all my nuts to be 100% raw. Bert says, in 20 minutes, I deleted her channel from YouTube. We don't want to do that. Why, Mir, why would we do that? Runner Boy, I knew Runner Boy was going to run with this. William, did it hurt to roast them? No, Runner, burned myself a couple of times, but nothing serious. Runner Boy says, okay, glad you're not so safe. Bert says, why he hides me from the chat, sir? I don't know. I don't know why he did that. Maybe he had you confused with someone else. Maybe having a bad day. But anytime, there's that retaliation against someone, it ends up being, then they got to do something even worse to you. And it just keeps going back and forth. And no one ever wins with that. Everyone loses. However, if he does come back, we'll ask him. And he'll be back sooner or later. He's been it's been a good friend to the channel. Of course, no one's been a better friend than Mir, that is for sure. Running Boy says, is Bird Lover Mir? Yep, he is. Running Boy says, Mir is #1 under the sun. Yes, he is. 100%. William says, relaxing always gave me a funny vibe, but I didn't want to project. Well, things have been difficult for our friend. Things are still difficult for him. So take all that, keep it all in mind. Just never know where someone's coming from, why they do what they do. William says, like, Elsa from Frozen, let's go. I don't know Elsa from Frozen. I've heard good things about it. Mir says, he's laughing. Sir, if I have a bad day, I hide anyone another. Yeah, I agree. My bad days have nothing to do with anyone else, everything to do with me. And realizing that, how could I take it out on anyone? That's not to say that I don't occasionally snap at someone. I don't know when last time I did. Who would I snap at? My cat. I definitely won't snap at Mocha. I could never snap at Misty. She's an incredible dog. I've never seen her take a dislike to anything or any person. A little suspicious about foxes and I think groundhogs. But groundhogs, they know what they did. Hey, Carl, how are you? Carl says, good evening, everyone. Wonder Boy says, will I do agree? But what I could do, if he were to do that again, I could take away the mod status temporarily. The last thing we need is Mir, who does so much good for so many people across the board without even being asked. He just dives in, he helps people. The last thing we want is for someone to go after him, that's for sure. Relaxing says, mistake, my friend. Cataracts. Got you. We know that's what we were saying. We figured something was going on. Hey, Mohammed. Oh, I found you again. Hate from Sudan. Not Sudan. That's my favorite country. Why would they hate me? Some of my best friends are Sudanesians. I actually don't know. Who says, right, figured if they wanted to talk about it, they would, so I leave it alone. Always a smart move. Mir says, laughing, okay to relaxing. It's okay, my friend. Absolutely. There are no mistakes, only happy little accidents. Says the wise, philosophical runner boy, who one day is going to have a best-selling book. The Tao of Runner Boy. Zen and the Art of Squatting. Zen and the Art of Deadlifting. Mir says, relaxing, please don't do. Yep, I think, like you said, it was all a mistake. Mohammed says, love you. Well, thank you, my friend. Love you too. I'm looking forward to where the hate is going to come from next. I mentioned before, I absolutely love when people come in to troll and they're creative and they're funny, instead of the same old. I can only hear, hey, you're bald, so many times. And since I've been shaving my head for 25 years, I've heard it a lot. If you can say it in a way that you don't think I've ever heard before, let's hear it. Let's go for it. I'm cool with it. So, our friend Muhammad, very clever. Which I appreciate. Maxing says, you know what cataracts? You don't? I do know cataracts. My father had cataracts. As well as my older dog had cataracts as well. And it's very troublesome. So, relaxing. Very sorry to hear that. Rhea says it's okay. To relaxing. And Mir says it's okay. Mistakes is a human error. It absolutely is. Relaxing says, from my heart, I love everyone. Beautiful friends. I very clearly from all people. Carl shares are black bad people. Sometimes we end up doing so too, but always try to, at least at first, try to see through what's happening. Runner Boy says, hey, you're not so much here. Hey, you're not So much hair. I don't know. Runner boy, you can do better. You can do better. Let's see. Mir says, Sir Yogi Brian Lane, what's only 25? For one, just want to do so Yogi, let's do it. Brian deserves it. Brian has a wonderful message, and no one works harder. He has some deep, deep insights. Lexi says, me too, only bad people. Austin is back. Welcome, Austin. You know, in honesty, there aren't bad people. How can anyone be bad? There are people who do bad things. People do bad things because they're misguided, because they have a deep belief in the hurt and the pain and the separation. They have a deep belief in their opinions. In yoga psychology, they call it the kleshas, the 5 afflictions of the mind, where they are so entrenched and believing that they are this singular voice of ego, separate from everyone else, separate from the source. All they do is lash out in fear, and the fear is interpreted as bad, mean, distrustful, conniving, whatever. I love all that about yoga psychology, but I love the simplicity of A Course in Miracles, where they say everything is either love or a cry for love. What do you do if someone's crying out for love? Even if it hurts us, do we refuse? At the very least, we can attempt to see. Mir says, Cara, whose people are bad buddy? Yeah, we've had some people who might not have been the best suited for this channel. Hey, I don't even know if I'm best suited for this channel. Runner Boy says, I don't want to call anyone bald because karma will make me bald. You got to watch out for that. I gave a little talk on karma on my members section, members, whatever it's called. Remember, karma is not punishment. It's simply the course of action taken. Cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect. And we never ever get to the true cause. So it's actuality, effect, 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 effect. Relaxing says, love for all beautiful, honest friends. Thank you, Relaxing. Relaxing says, yeah, very bad people because they asked to help me to take wood to heating me in winter, but no one helped me. I watch as many of your videos as I can. I wish we could leave comments, Relaxing, so to let you know that we're there. Austin says, how's everyone doing today? I'm doing pretty good, Austin. How about you? What's new on your channel? $524 subscribers. Austin does some really, really funny, really clever YouTube shorts. Wonder Boy says, Austin, I'm doing very today. Well, I think that's good to hear. Mir says, so Yogi, I request to Brother William with the help. Oops. Sorry, I missed that. To start upload videos. He was doing it for a little bit, but he said, I just wanted to be a supporting channel. I liked what he put out. I'd love to see him doing creative stuff in the kitchen videos, but you know, again, just me. Blackting says, yeah, I show last time video with the help of Wood, but not no one. I will try to help more, my friend. I will do my best to help you more. William says, just not going to get into it. My integrity won't allow me to live dishonestly, and I do not want to be responsible for another. It's understandable. Runner Boy says he thinks they could eat a cactus if they had to, spines and all. I heard cactus roasted is actually pretty good. I don't know with the spines. I'm going to say no for me. I think it would be too difficult. Runner Boy says, relaxing, do you mean if you ask people to help you bring wood home? He is trying to raise some money on his channel to buy firewood, to get firewood, to heat for himself and his mother. Beer says, Brother William, can you accept our request? William says, Spear, I appreciate it, but I always said I don't want a channel. I chased the dream once and rather dedicate my time elsewhere to help myself achieve my dreams instead. Again, understandable. Runner Boy says they'd be more worried about the spines on the way out. Well, I would hope there'd be some digesting process that took place to soften the experience, maybe somewhat. That would be my hope. Mir says, my best wishes and prayers for your success of your dream, brother. I join in with Mir for that. Roy says, if you scrape the spines off the cactus, roasted cactus is all right. That's what I heard. Also heard roasted cattail is pretty good, or at least edible. Roy says, Ronnie, it seems like almost like asking for donations, and I won't be a part of that. Runner Boy says there's about 30 cacti and other plants indoors. Nice. I like cactuses. Is it cactuses or is it cacti? I should get one. I should get some plants for my office. We have some downstairs. Man, I enjoyed hanging out with Stuart the Fish Whisperer. Runaway says, well, donations are okay, but you can't be upset if people don't donate. Not everyone can. I agree as well. Rs106. Hey, it's been a while, my friend. How are you? Says peace to you, my friend. Wonder Boy says get a Christmas cactus, easy and flowers lot. I will do that. How often do you water that, Runner Boy? Boy says no, but they do, and every time they come through, they do. Um, yeah, I'd like to find a way to help more. I looked. I actually didn't see donations.
Another Progressive Home and Auto bundle.
Sorry. There's the membership. Oh, there we go. I'm happy to help. I'll be honest with you. You know, I watch. I put his videos up and I watch. I don't always remember, but I do want to step that up. He's had some great suggestions for me for my channel. He's been a big help, and I very much appreciate him. So, hey, if I can give back even just a little bit, I will. Runner Boy says, I grew on several from my cuttings. If I thought it was possible, I would ask you to send me one. I'd pay for shipping, of course. So I would have a Runner Boy Christmas cactus of my very own. Mir says, Brother Roy, I'm agreed with you. Roy says, if you click the name and view channel activity, here it becomes blatantly obvious. Hey, William, I thought of you today as I poured my newest bag of 25 pounds of lentils into my container, and I looked at it and I thought, man, that's a lot of lentils. I took a little video of what 25 pounds of lentils looks like, and I'm either going to post it as a short, or I might just send it to you. If you can't share the love of lentils with a friend, who can you share it with? Or what can you share between friends? Let's see. Here says, so Yogi, I start to the 1K with Brian Lane. Awesome. Yeah, I think what, 25, 24 more? Brian is a he's an awesome soul. To turn out how he did, when everything pointed to the opposite. How many people come out of state penitentiary with a heart like Brian Lane? I'm not saying people don't, but sometimes I think it might be the exception rather than the rule. Wonder Boy says, eat the 25 pounds in one go, do a mukbang. I don't think I could. Man, I would explode. You know how many grams of fiber that would be? I think there's a reason why all of those eating people, it's all, like hot dogs and stuff that's low fiber. Let's see. Runner Boy says might be called a Thanksgiving cactus where you are as well. I think it's a Christmas cactus. I water mine when the soil dries out and it looks slightly wilted. I'm going to look for one. Leo says, wishing you a great evening, brother. Yogi, stay strong and be safe, my guy. Thank you, Leo. You getting ready to do some reps, Leo? Mirror says, hey, brother Leo. Runner Boy says, I don't think it's the last amount of time it takes to get to you. Yeah, that would probably be true. Hey, Joe. Joe, congratulations, Joe Delaney, on 700 subscribers. $735 subscribers. And I have her channel up. And I see the 500 subscriber celebration. It is not long at all until we're doing a 1K celebration. Let's see. William says, what type colored lentils did you get? Brown lentils. Sent as a gift from the ever incredible Mocha. As well as 25 pounds of, and William, you'll like this, sprouted rice. So the sprouted rice has a higher protein content. Joe says, hi to Mira and Mr. Hart. Says you hit the like button. I appreciate that. William says hello to Joe Delaney. William says some of those channels you see always cut before they swallow the food. It is obviously spit it out. Spit it out. I've never watched one. Dredson says, sitting in traffic. I hope it's a short sit, Dredson. Well, I don't know. There's worse places to be than sitting in traffic. If we can accept exactly where we are. If we're projecting that I'd rather be somewhere else, anywhere else. But you know what? Sitting in traffic. Perfect opportunity to listen to good music. Perfect opportunity to smile at people. Practicing a heartfelt smile. Perfect opportunity to practice letting people get ahead of you. But no hurry. Practicing infinite patience. Joe says, thank you, Yogi. Absolutely. Leo says, yes, sir. And a while doing 2 pumps. Oh, man, I forgot today was 2 Pump Tuesday. With 40 pounds, man, you up the game. With 40-pound vests and some without. Leo is ever upping the game. Dretson says, contemplating dumping out my water can for an emergency. Ah, got it. William says, hey, Dredson, hopefully the AC works for your vehicle. Yeah, absolutely. Joe says, Leo, oh my, yeah. Not much you can say when you're working with a 40-pound vest other than, oh my, or man. Let's see. Foxboy Gamer is here. Says, hi, remember me? I do remember you. How are you? Dreadson says, AC works, batter's almost done working. Hey, if you got to empty out that water, you got to do what you got to do. It's a good thing that you have a water container. Runner Boy says, well, a lot of them just throw it up after the video. I know Furious Pete, the food challenge guy, said more food he ate wouldn't even be digested on the way out since there is so much. William says, I only see yellow, green lentils stocked in my store, and yay, sprouted rice. I love it. Sprouted rice. Yep. Rice that is, I think William can explain it better. It is kept out, soaked in water, so that it literally sprouts, which increases the nutritional content, higher protein content as well. Don't think it changes the fiber content, but definitely higher nutritional profile across the board. Joe says, I got to look into that rice. Peace. I'll have to ask Mocha. I forget the name. I think it was Peaceful Planet Rice. 25 pounds of it. Rice doesn't last me as long as the lentils. The lentils will last me a good long while. Judson says, I don't accept. What's that? Runaway says, walking in traffic would be bad. Yeah, it would. Roy says, got to do what you got to do, Judson. No sense destroying your kidneys for a bladder holding. I agree. Foxy says, I got to leave. I'm sorry, Fox. Runaway says, microgreens is sprouted rice as well. Microgreens is sprouted rice? Did not know that. William says, well, not necessarily soaked, but you routinely wet it twice a day, and you want to air it out. Usually, it's a 2 to 3 day process, and it converts carbs and does yield higher fiber. Awesome. William says, not specifically microgreens, but sprouted rice is considered a microgreen. Okay. Interesting. Thanks, guys. I am learning a lot. I can't watch people overeat for pleasure. I'm not offering as a form of judgment, but I can't see entertainment when entertainment of a product that others are lacking from necessity. Meaning that, we have starving people across the world. We have starving people in this country. So to be almost ungrateful for the food that we eat to the point where we do it as a hobby, just for pleasure, to show off on a YouTube channel. And again, this isn't offered as a judgment in any way. It might sound like it, but I just can't help but think my own thoughts are feed people whenever possible. Does anyone need to be entertained that much that it's okay for a child to be starving? One of my favorite things a lot of teachers and of course miracles talk about is they're asked, how can a loving God create a world that allows for starving children? And the answer is God did not create a world that allows for starving children. We did. God created an abundance of food. Of course, it's not evenly distributed, but it could be. We allow it. God doesn't, because we have the capabilities. We've made leaps and bounds in modern technology where we could get food to someone in a matter of hours or less. So if we're assigning blame, which I don't think we need to, we can't blame God for the world being a mess. But we can fix it. we can align ourselves once more with God, meaning aligning ourselves with love, and ask ourselves in every moment, what would a loving heart do? Would a loving heart eat so much for the entertainment of other people that they get sick? Or would they send maybe a small donation? I don't know. Runner Boy says, I was doing my research on microgreens. I need to get a dusting for them. Hey, Runner Boy, you were going to do some indoor greens, right? William says you can sprout most wheats, oats, etc. You know what? I never had, or I've never seen, sprouted oatmeal. Need to look at that. I wouldn't mind having a slight increase in protein and fiber content of oatmeal. It's good as it is, of course. William says it is considered something I cannot think of, but a lot of it is recommended as shorts or TikTok videos, and it's just brain rot material, synthetically living vicariously through another being, vicariously. Hey, Squirrel Sniper, you get all the trees done? Take my sleep sub. I looked earlier, left a couple comments. I saw that you got the first one done. Give me a second, guys. So who got the opportunity to hang out with Stuart the Fish Whisperer? Runner Boy says, metal shelf rack is what I'm going to get for the greens, and I can have a few layers of them. Nice. Hey, Runner Boy, when are you going to know about the job in Scotland? William says, indoor grows typically adopt some type of microgreens. They are a good return to invest if they are high seed yield. I need to look about how much of my diet I can grow on my own. I could grow my own greens. I could probably grow, well, I don't know. I was going to say I could probably grow my own potatoes, but how seasonal would that be? It'd be interesting to try to eat 100% locally. Would your nutritional needs be met if you ate 100% locally? Semper says, so what would you class as nice? What would I class as nice? In what category? As in nice, as that's pretty cool? Like, you know, if you see something cool and you say nice, or nice as in someone being nice? It's a good question either way. Nice as far as someone truly being nice. I wonder if it's the same as kindness. I don't know necessarily so. because kindness actually can sometimes, and maybe often does, have an edge to it. Sometimes the kindest thing is to sometimes not be so nice with someone because you have their overall well-being in mind. William says, "Hey, Squirrel, welcome in." Says, yeah, 3 down, 2 heavy, reduced. That's a big day's worth of work. One of us says, a lot of videos warning against thinking you would make money with microgreens. The market really is not big. Probably bigger than being just a yogi. Thinking about it, I should have retitled it to Super Spectacular Yogi doing supercharged burpees in his basement. Doing supercharged burpees in his refurbished basement. Then I'd be in on the money. Rose says farmers are using them to feed livestock. Cypress says, greeting to William. Oop, I'm falling behind. William says, so of course they advertise against micros because then big food loses out. Nutrition dense, rich, natural food, or their processed poisonous garbage that they keep increasing cost of and reducing the quality and quantity of. Sad state of affairs that is even a thing. When we think about how insane the world actually is, and yet we continuously buy into it, well, that's just the way it is. It doesn't have to be. It's this way because it's allowed to be this way, because we accept it this way, and because we shrug our shoulders and say, well, that's the way things are. It's okay for children in the United States to suffer from malnutrition even when they're eating regular food because of the quality of the food that they're eating. We think it's okay that the food that we eat literally makes us sick, that we suffer from diseases of affluence, meaning diseases for having too much. And we think it's okay that we can suffer from diseases of affluence while those around the world suffer from diseases of absence. So what do you do when you find yourself in an insane world? You do your best to quit participating. You do your best to wake up. You're never going to wake anyone else up. I could scream all day about this stuff. I could go out on the street and shake people and say, hey, do you see what's happening? And everyone would either shrug their shoulder, punch me in the nose, or call the police. I can never be outraged enough to have a serious impact on the world in that fashion. However, I could wake up. And when I wake up, continuously waking up, as my friend Robert Saltzman says, awakening never ends. People might naturally come within that orbit and respond in kind. One person wakes up and the entirety of the world wakes up. It's just that the entirety of the world doesn't quite realize it yet. That was the great gift of every enlightened master, from Buddha, Jesus, Krishna. William says, Eric, with your land, you could grow a lot. Well, I actually don't have much land. I'm surrounded by public land, but my own, not real big. But I do have a small little lot in the back. Oh, so I can grow potatoes all through the year. So I could grow greens, potatoes. I eat a lot of fruit. Staple of my diet. So that would be reduced to seasonal. Wonder Boy says, I don't know. I haven't applied yet, but it's pretty much an easy win. They're always open. Hey, would they hire people from another country? You hear that, William? Tree planter in Scotland has William Hart written all over it. William says, I agree, Eric. And what contact is nice being considered here? Brother Boy says, we grew a patch of potatoes, but they all got eaten by worms before they were ready. Yeah, that would be definitely be a threat to the potato crop. Let's see. Squirrel Sniper says, Eric, may I enlighten you on one certain word that you say? Please now look up the word nice. Give me a second. Should I look up meaning or origin? Pleasant, agreeable, satisfactory. Fine or subtle. But, you know, in the way that I use it, in the way that a lot of people use it, especially, you know, fine or subtle, doesn't seem very spectacular, does it? But it's sort of like saying neat. When people say neat, they don't mean tidy, they mean wow. So when you say, you know, nice, exclamation point, it's the same thing. You're saying awesome. Let's see, where were we? Sniper says, nice Middle English in the sense stupid from Old French, from Latin ignorant, from necessary not know. Other early senses included coy, reserved, giving rise to fastidious, scrupulous. Interesting. William says, nice can simply mean someone placating and not offended someone, but they only look out for themselves. Sniper says, William Hart, look again. Well, you know, it's the same with the word weird, which at one time meant web. And it was a shamanic term, Germanic shaman meaning of connectedness. Everything was connected in a web, vibrating. He pulled on one strand, the entirety of the web. And then because it would be seen how everything was connected and something synchronistic would happen, people would say that's weird. And eventually it took on the meaning of eerie, strange, off-putting. William says, Runner, you can use grow bags or raised gardens. You can also vertical grow them, which is a bit more of a challenge, but doable. Raised gardens for potatoes. Interesting. Runner Boy says, new name, the Yogi did burpee. The Yogi did burpee. That's not bad. All right, Mir came in. Wow. 983 for Brian Lane. 17 away, guys. Thank you, Mir. Mir says, hey to Sniper. Sniper says, nice Middle English in the sense stupid from Old French, Staten. Ignorance. Not know. Give rise to fastidious, scrupulous. Interesting how things change through the years. I mean, a lot of years. Here says, how are you, Sniper? Squirrel Nice was adapted from ignorant, foolish, fussy to be kind and thoughtful. The process started in the 14th century to only recent in the 19th century to mean the latter. Sniper says, hard day felling and climbing rotten trees. Dangerous work, I imagine. Climbing a rotted tree. One boy says, words are all made up. Meanings are just made up. This is true. But some say the difference is in some ancient languages, like Sanskrit. They say Sanskrit. If you say the word mango in Sanskrit, it literally contains the vibratory essence of mango. You get the experience of mango by uttering mango in Sanskrit. Supposedly other considered holy languages, Hebrew, Latin, similar. But I think Sanskrit being the most. But yeah, we all collectively decided to call a tree a tree. A tree isn't a tree. It's its own thing. That's why I don't name my cats. I figured they have their names. They don't need me to muddle up the process. Oddly, I do name dogs though. William says there's a guy with a mustache or whatever. He grew a tiny UK-sized plot of land that was like 10 to 20 foot cubed. Oops, let me catch up here, guys. Wonder Boy says, yeah, as long as you can move, but Ellie would need a visa, and they wouldn't take someone without. Gotcha. Boy says people are able to do it even in city dense spacing. If they have a yard, I do not, as I am in an apartment. Front Boy says a temp work visa. We need to be able to live there. William says that is sad. I would probably have to marry into a family and would easily relocate permanently. I often thought that I'd like to live in the UK. I've been told some friends in England that I wouldn't like it as much as I think I would. Etymology of the word nice. Runner Boy says words are useless when faced with feelings. Hey, I like that, Runner Boy. Definitely put that in your book. Miro says 82. I got 985 here on my end. Runner Boy says, I heard Canada is the best place for tree planting jobs. Interesting. William says, words are meaningless. We ourselves assign its own individual meaning. Most have agreed definitions or recognition of, but it still ends with the individual. Course of Miracles, it says, words are but symbols of symbols twice removed. Never the thing. I loved how Alan Watts said, you can't get wet by the word water. Or in neurolinguistic programming, they say the map is not the territory, or the menu is not the meal. Brenda Boy says, will I have 9 tomato plants with about 100 tomatoes ready to be harvested? Nice. That's a lot of tomatoes. What are you going to do with all the tomatoes? Scroll says, William, unfortunately, subliminal messages are real. It works, so it's not meaningless, but meaningful to those that know and use different ways to use this method. William says, like I could say the F word, and depending on who I am talking to, or on the intonation of how I say it all affects how it could be received by another. I would laugh others offended. Scroll Semper says words have effect. It's interesting to think about. Can words have effect if they don't have the same meaning for you? We can go back to either Shakespeare or Sir Francis Bacon, whomever has actually written it. Some say Ben Jonson. I wonder what you think about that, Scroll Semper. You think Ben Jonson might have done some of the writing? Nothing be good nor bad, less thinking makes it so. I would think that words have less an effect than the intent behind the word. Intent being everything. Intent being a force akin to gravity in the universe. Stuart the Fish Whisperer says, so Eric, my brother. Stuart, I was talking about you, my friend. Stuart says, Eric, thank you for coming over to my chat early. It was my pleasure. 100% my pleasure. I enjoyed my time there, Stuart. As I mentioned, Stuart is like a Zen master of fly tying. Steady hands, focused, and yet relaxed at the same time. So relaxed, he can have a conversation about other stuff, but that doesn't change the focus that he has. It's amazing to watch. And I appreciate the Highland game information. William says, we are taught what they are. If I teach a child the wrong colors intentionally, they would base off that. I believe the definition is fact until otherwise. They believe the definition. Cypress says, spoken as vibration, a frequency into ether, air, which is water. Water has memory. We unintentionally cast spells through spelling. It's even called cursive writing. I would agree with that as well. And we're definitely hypnotized. And we are hypnotized by the words that we use. Definitely, for sure. Keeps us trapped within the mental framework of the world that we see. Brian is 85. I see 989. We are 11 away from Brian Lane getting 1K subs. William says, I agree, squirrel. Squirrel Semper says, William, hopefully your child would question his own beliefs. We would hope, But how many do when you think about it? How many do? How many people are a political party because their parents and grandparents and grandparents and grandparents were the same political party? How many people ever have the thought things could be other? My favorite example is, again, starving children. Did we think things could be otherwise? Because they could. But for whatever reason, we go to bed with the belief that it's acceptable for some people to go to bed starving. If in the morning we woke up, in the morning we had a dream, and in that dream, we dreamed of another world, and we woke up and we saw it as a possibility. What then? What would happen then? If we saw that it was possible to have a completely different world than the one we have now, simply by changing how we perceive it. Sniper says, I would never do that to anyone, but I hope they would too. I would encourage them to verify we lie even to ourselves. But you know what? Every spell still works on the power of intent. Without intent, everything lies flat. Nothing flies without intent. Border Boy says, something to think about. If someone speaks two languages, what language is their inside thinking voice? It is a mix of one or the other. It's a good question. I would imagine the original language, right? Where it says, Runner, that is awesome about the tomatoes. You can do so many things with tomatoes. I think sun drying them, making jelly jam, and sauces with them would be great. 3 different varieties. Nice. William says, would you do a vegetarian walkthrough as a short or video for your channel? What do you mean, William? Mira says, Brian is 88. $10 left, guys. 990. Squirrel says, I think 3 came to the Hubble Bubble Toil and Trouble Cauldron and wrote a Shakespeare play. That could be. That could be. Some say Ben Jonson was truly the more talented as far as writers between him and Shakespeare. Runner Boy says, I'll make a short. Well, I went with the wild grow approach. No pruning, then we grow wild. Nice. Runner Boy says, who is this Brian Linkett? It is Brian Lane. Thank you, William. Runner Boy says, Spear, can you link Brian's channel? Are you not connected to Brian Lane? Brian is awesome. Brian is 90. He's at 990. I'm ready for the 1K spot. Yeah, Runner Boy is going to swoop in. Boy says, Runner, you could even try to sell them at a local farmer's market or restaurant. Nice thinking. Runner Boy said, or I'm sorry, Sniper says, that's why the intent is so strong during the Super Bowl or Eurovision song contest or World Cup football. Yeah. I have a couple books back on the shelf on the power of the spoken word. I've been breaking them out and go through them sometime when we have earlier in the live stream when Sniper comes in and we can explore them together. One says vegetarian is plant growth, not vegetarian. Vegetation. Ah, gotcha. My mind immediately goes to vegan, vegetarian. Sniper says perfect time to drop a ritual or 3 on live TV and use the energy of those that watch. Nice thinking. One says read squirrel. One says if there is a law prohibiting sale, you could offer it as a trade for goods, a meal or something. See, Scroll Sniper says I knew Madonna was going to do something at the Israeli Eurovision Song Contest. Her dance routine was the ritual, the pillars and the steps representing Tree of Life, and the swap to top 2. She studied Kabbalah for quite some time. Kabbalah. Or sometimes Kwa with a Q. Sniper says around the top 2 around and put them at the bottom, creating inverted and reversed. We are at 993. I'm going to be signing off in just a few minutes. We'll see if we can get there for Brian. 993, 7 left. Sorry, guys. And of course, the big news, Joe Delaney with 735 subscribers. She might be the next one to hit the 1K. William says, Kabbalah, yeah, nothing strange there. Much more ancient, though. Some might say the original, I don't want to say religion. I had a strong interest maybe 30-ish years ago. William says, no tea today for Sad. Hope she was getting well-needed rest. Yeah, I talked to her on the phone yesterday. Oh, that reminds me. Before I go, I got a message to play from Goldie. Sniper says the Kabbalah is using ancient magic or Egyptian magic. Some say in India, they say they're using yogic magic. That yoga came first and then Kabbalah came later. Kabbalah itself it's almost like tantric yoga, where you have the left and the right hand path, but the Kabbalah says it has less to do with the magic that we think of. Put it that way. It's an explanation. The Zohar, explanation of cosmology, how the universe came into existence, and how we can use that energy to reach a state of fulfillment. The state of fulfillment is being at one, at atonement, being at one with God. 994. Sniper says, sun rituals mainly, hence Ra. Hey, I talked about that when I offered my little video on chanting. The Ra, how every sound of creation has the Ah. If you were to meditate on Ah in the morning and Om in the evening, the sound of manifestation and that which is manifested, the sound of desire, Ah, the sound of procreation itself, and Om, the sound of that which is, the vibration of gratefulness. It's a way of manifesting your desires. Plant the seed of intent on the Ah, and then the openness, the reception with the Om later in the day. Let's see. Where it says Cabal. It's Cabal, right? Isn't that a presumed ruler of darkness? Different though, different context. Squirrel Sniper says, do they have the Seth and Brahma? I'm not following 100%, Sniper. William says there is too much effort in keeping knowledge and history hidden from and distorted. Well, of course, at one point in time they had to, or it would have been lost. Air sound like outwards. Om. Definitely sound inward. $9.96. Four more to go. I'm waiting for Runaway to swoop in, claim victory. Let's see. Squirrel Simple says Seth is the ancestor of Noah and hence the father of all mankind. All other humans have perished in the great flood. It is said that Adam gave Seth secret teachings that would become the Kabbalah. Runaway is waiting, lurking. Lurking is more like it. So in Brahma, no. Runaway has 2 accounts ready for that spot. So that means only 2 more left. Hey, Sniper, have you ever read anything by Bob Frissell? Friss, I believe LE or EL. You better get to it, Runaway. $9.97. Let me bring up Amazon real quick. I think you'd, if you haven't read it, I think you'd enjoy his books very much. Frissell. I read when it first came out, according to here, 25 years ago. Nope, 29 years ago. Nothing in this book is true, but it's exactly how things are. Give me a second, guys. refreshing Brian's page. 1K. He did it. Mir, the miracle worker. I got it. Runner Boy is the 1K. All right, that's going to be the happy note that I'm going to retire on. Going to go to bed, knowing that Mir came in with a little help from Runner Boy, and made some magic happen. Chris says, Yahoo. Yahoo indeed, my friend. 1K, done. Great job, Mir. Thank you for that. Brian definitely deserves it. Again, Brian has been through the fire. Runner Boy says, I feel this power. I actually have a second account. So I'm going to add mine to make it Runner Boy proof. So he can't take the power. Yeah, it was Bob Frissell's book that I first read about the Merkaba. Not that I am an expert on any of that by any means. One boy says, well, I have the 99 spot and 1K spot. So need 2 accounts. That's true. Use that power wisely, Runner Boy. Let's see. Sniper says in the Kabbalah, Tree of Life, the third path is Darth, meaning knowledge. I'm going to dig out my books. I got several back there. I think I have a few here. Let's see. Oh. This is the sequel to Nothing. Nothing in this book is true, but it's exactly how things are. Something in this book is true. Mir says, stay blessed, my friend Brian. Thank you, Mir. Mir says, fourth one, okay, sir. Front of voice says, he's come to bargain. Come to bargain. So now it is time for watch hours for Brian Lane. Chris says, good job, runner. Absolutely. Mir says, so Yogi, stay blessed. Thank you, my friend. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. Sniper says, big up Brian Lane. Absolutely. Well deserved. Said, great young man. Proud to call him a friend. As I am all of you. Yeah, Sniper, if you get a chance, check out the Bob Frissell books. Frissell, sorry. That's where I first read about the Philadelphia experiment, as well as Flower of Life, things along that nature. He talked about the Merkaba. All right, guys. I'm going to head off. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It was a fun talk. Runner Boy says, time for bed. Time for bed for me, too. I will see everyone in the morning. If you're around at 5, come on by. Hey, I'm thinking a short break, Course of Miracles. Then I was thinking about if anyone was interested, I would read from my own first book. Let me know in the morning. Read one a day. This was my breakthrough into sobriety book. Within the first few months of being completely sober and a decade of drinking, when I meditated and I asked of God, what do I do now? And I had a clear answer, and I wrote it down. So let me know. I could do it on the live stream for the next, man, it would probably be a month. But we'll see. All right, guys. Take care.